Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and happy 4th of July if you're American, or if you, for some reason, like to celebrate it anyways. Today we have a reading that is about somebody in their head trying to figure out whether or not they should make a move. And it looks to me like there might be a positive resolution to this situation for the majority of you. But we've got courtship in the reverse and toil and labor in the reverse, indicating that somebody wanted to but didn't put the work or effort into pursuing a relationship. Oh, hello there. We have Mr. Hambone. An early hello to everyone. Did you want to say happy 4th? Yeah? All right, let's call in spirit and see what else we have for you guys. I hope you're having a lovely day, even if you're not American, obviously. Let's see what we've got. I think we're going to start with the Energy Oracle. The Sun, and something fell on my table. So I feel like this ring might be important. This could be a reading that is for a cat lover. This is a skeleton of a cat. Or there's a significant ring in the situation that, I don't know, like I guess I would compare it to my ring. I wear it every single day. It's not something I ever remove, really. I feel like there could be that for a couple of you out there as well, where somebody thinks about you when they see rings like that, or maybe even when they see people that like to wear multiple rings, something like that. Jewelry has something to do with this, but we have the Sun coming out, indicating that somebody is seeing you like in all of your glory. There's a sense here that you have entered into a chapter of your life that's going to be very abundant. There's going to be a lot that goes your way. And this is coming across to me as like a karmic, like debt has been paid. And because you are actively pursuing what it is that you would like to see in your life and you're doing the hard work, things are paying off, even though it has taken a while, right? You've had to be patient. This card came out the other day as well. There's definitely divine timing at play. And I also feel like there's something here that you have provided in terms of inspiration or some sort of wisdom that somebody didn't expect to feel or understand. So you taught this person the value of monogamy. You taught this person how to move beyond toxic relationships or get away from toxic family members. There's something here connected to the awakening of another person based on seeing how you handled the problems in your life. So good for you. Let's see. I feel like the Metamuse would be the right choice for you guys right now. There's a card in particular I'm kind of hoping comes out. It's unique to this deck called the Tree of Life, but we'll see what we've got. It does really feel to me like there's an emphasis here on understanding. So we have the Fool in the reverse, Three of Swords, and the King of Wands. I think there was a pretty difficult lesson that you had to learn regarding the types of people you interact with. This doesn't have to be exclusive to your love situations or your love life. This could be, you know, you don't put up with bosses that are crappy. You don't put up with, a parent that likes to get too involved in your life. You don't let people push you around like maybe you did before. This could affect multiple areas of your life, but I do feel like it is partially attributable to that romance, right? I'm not going to let people use me as a doormat. I'm not going to be, kind to the point where it results in issues for me. I have things that I need as well. So I see this as a good thing. This King of Wands in the reverse is two separate messages for me. You're standing up for yourself and you're not letting people like, bullies walk all over you because you realize now that there's not really a happy ending to those stories. Um, People take advantage because they feel they can. And I think you're, like kind of like putting a sign in your storefront, like, hey, I'm not here for that. Like, no shirt, no shoes, no service, that kind of thing, except for if you don't respect me, then you can just leave because I'm not going to be giving anything to you, right? There's Three of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. You don't know what you got till it's gone. There are people here who have realized too late in the game that they should have treated you with more respect. But there's one person here who did do the right thing. Like, I'm really focused on the facial expressions of the three ladies on the Three of Cups. And two of them seem kind of like ambiguous or difficult. And one of them seems to have an honest, like genuine smile. So I feel like there was somebody in a group that saw you for who you truly were. And because they were surrounded by kind of negative or toxic energy, they may have kind of gone along with the crowd or been swept away from you. Hi there, Vincent. How are you? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. So you're the one that got away. And I feel like that's not just romantically, but that's also friends that have mistreated you realize at some point in their life they can't really locate another friendship like yours because yours was genuine. Not to say that you're the only person in the world that can do that, but you were consistent. You felt like home to a lot of people. People feel like they can trust you. People feel like they can come to you for advice, that you have good intentions for them. And look, if you find somebody in your life like that, you gotta respect that, right? You don't want to fumble that. Hi there, Dina. Happy 4th to you. Yes, Hambone's still sitting right down here. You're so cute, mister. We have the Four of Swords in the reverse. Somebody has learned to appreciate solitude. There is a strength, like a few of you, this is specifically physically, you have been working out, maybe doing some core exercises, doing some yoga, and that has helped you both with the meditative side of things as well as just feeling more comfortable alone. But you also have some sort of strength here that I think is beyond the mental or emotional kind. I feel like there's also some physical strength that you've gained here, and it's because you're just so focused on what is right for you and it's affecting you positively in multiple ways. Hi there, Miss Joanna. How are you doing? So, I mean, this has been a really helpful time in your life. Oh my goodness. This is like so beautiful. I mean, even just the colors, red, white, and blue. Do you see that? We're talking about 4th of July in the chat right now. It's beautiful. But we have a balance, which is like just another layer, right? We've got fire energy and water energy balanced by the card that represents balance, temperance. So we have somebody who knows how to leverage all of the energies that they have. See how she's got a rainbow going in between the two cups there? We have somebody that is able to put on the brakes or hit the gas when they need to. If you are excellent, you are respectful, you are honorable, you have good intentions, then you get the Queen of Cups. You get the person who's loving, kind, caring, and generous. And if you are toxic or troublesome, you might get the Queen of Wands, somebody who knows how to be a warrior queen, somebody who knows how to fight their own battles. But more importantly, somebody who knows how to accept things as they are. That is, in my opinion, the greatest power behind the Queen of Wands, which, by the way, is associated with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be a feminine. Remember that. We all have masculine and feminine energy. But this is somebody, hey, we talked about this plastic thing, remember? This is somebody who can choose who they want to be around different people. Not to say that they are dishonest, but to say sometimes you get the steely version of somebody, right? You have already broken my trust, or you have given me reason to not let you in. So I'm not going to be that generous person with you like I am with some other people, right? Hi there, Clive. How are you doing? To you also. Well, sorry, forgot that part about England. Hi there, Voodoo. How are you? I once was leading a conference call with some customers that were in Bristol, and I wished them a happy fourth, kind of ironically, and they at least thought it was funny. But this is really beautiful. We also have I believe those are lotus flowers at the bottom. And we also have a reference to Egypt over here. So you could be a fan of, digging into history and a fan of Egypt as a culture. This is beautiful. So you have gone through some difficult things, but you have found out how to leverage the energies within you to avoid being taken advantage of and avoid being codependent or dependent on anybody. So, with that, like I said, we have kind of like a karmic debt that's been paid off. So, there are things that are coming to you now that you have been dreaming about or manifesting or working towards. That's the important part. You've been working towards it. Now, here's the thing, this is about you having a bit of a glow up, right? And now we have somebody here that, um, so the song is Steve Lacy, Bad Habit. We have somebody here that feels like maybe you are too good or you were too good for them, and they don't know if they should have told you how they felt about you. But because they didn't, they're sitting here reminiscing about their opportunity to have made a pass at you. And one of the lines says, I have this bad habit of biting my tongue. Like, I'm not always vocal when I have that attraction to somebody. And there was something here that made this person feel like you were too good for them, but they have struggled to move beyond thinking about this. They can't really put to rest the idea that they had a chance to say something or they had a chance with you. So, patience, right? One of these things that could be coming into your life as a reward is somebody that has struggled to make a move and wondered whether or not things are actually done between the two of you. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse and the Ten of Swords. This is a pretty hot card. I'm hoping YouTube doesn't like hate me for that, but we have somebody that thinks about you in a number of different ways. They look up to you, they respect you, but they also feel like you are hot. They want to hang out with you, and clothes are not required. Princess of Swords, Strength, and the Four of Pentacles. Someone has been talking about you. There's something that happened recently that was either talked about on social media or talked about at a social event. And it was like positive gossip, right? Like, did you hear what this person's been doing? Did you hear what they got a new car, they got a new home, they got a new pet, they got engaged, whatever it is. There's something here where this person's like, oh, so it's going that well. I don't think it's the got engaged one, to be honest. I mean, it could be, but I feel like this is more seen as an opportunity by somebody. And I like to think that if somebody was engaged, that's not an opportunity for somebody to come through and try to hit on somebody else. But we'll just hold that judgment, right? So this is the situations deck. Oh, that one flew rather quickly. Racing is the card, so that's funny. I totally appreciate that, Clive. Running and avoiding. Somebody regrets running away from you. We have Karmic and lockbox in the reverse. This person has recently moved away from, maybe quite literally, but moved away from a relationship with a karmic individual, somebody that made them feel like they were obligated in some way. So we might see the devil come out at some point because it looks like this person was previously stuck in a relationship with somebody that was a little bit manipulative or controlling. That could have caused this delay or somebody feeling like you were too good for them. We have love affair and unconditional love in the reverse. You were the dirty little secret, but I don't think it was, I mean, you would know better than I, right? This is a general reading, so it's going to have some variations for all of you, but we have somebody that thought about you in a sexual manner. If they didn't actually act on it, the song suggests they didn't, right? Somebody here realized they were in a toxic or unhealthy relationship, in part because of how they had kind of pure feelings for you. Did they want to see you naked? Yes, of course they did. But there's also a sense here that they realized there was something more meaningful than just wanting that physical connection with you. And it highlighted for them that they were in a relationship that wouldn't really be able to go the distance, because if that were true, then why were they obsessed with you? Why were they feeling stuck, right? Sometimes in relationships, we have one person that kind of, I'm trying not to say this particular way, but this is just how it's coming through to me, okay? We have somebody that tries to put a leash on the other person, right? Like, I need to know where you are. I need to know what you're doing. I need to know when you're going to be home. I need to know why you let that person friend you on Facebook or whatever it is. And look, we all have to choose our own boundaries. We all have to figure out what makes sense for us in terms of being respectful in a relationship. But I personally feel like the best way to approach something like jealousy is to trust and not make somebody feel like they are in a cage. Because if you start acting like somebody is already doing the thing that you hope that they don't do, you're basically encouraging them to do it because you're already angry at them. You're already controlling. You're already, wanting access to their phone all the time. So at some point, what's the difference between how you would act if they'd actually done it and if they hadn't? I think if you approach it more respectfully, that makes it a little bit less likely that they're just going to feel justified in doing it anyways. Now, feel free to agree or disagree. That's on you, right? Right? We all have different opinions, but I think a lot of people get to a point where they feel like they are in a lockbox because they are treated to some extent like a teenager would be treated by their parents, right? Like, I need you home by this time, I need to know where you are. You can't do that. You're not going out with your friends. You're grounded. That kind of stuff is not treating your partner as an equal, in my opinion. I think it's better to have, hey, let's agree where that boundary is, what's respectful to each other, and then trust that we can agree to that and live by that, right? Oh, it's totally just a shirt. I still have my yoga pants on, right? But hi, Miss Peggy. How are you? I hope you are enjoying the holiday. I hope it's beautiful weather out there for you. So I'd like to think we have somebody here that wanted you but didn't pursue it because they thought you were too good for them and because they may have been in a relationship. But now we have divine masculine in the reverse and grip in the reverse. Honestly, that kind of feels like a reference to what I was just talking about. Somebody treating their partner as if they were already a problem, losing whatever connection they have because they're trying so hard to keep them stuck. So they lose their grip, right? You try so hard to have that grip on somebody and you lose it as a result. You can you can do too much in that situation. You've got to be able to call yourself back Find out what trust actually means to you and remember how you want to be treated by your partner, right? Do you want somebody constantly second guessing you or lacking trust when you feel like you have put forth the effort and made it clear that you are doing right by them, you know? Okay, we're going to go with the OG, the Rider Waite. Judgment in the reverse. This is kind of similar to the reading I just did. Judgment in the reverse. Somebody's still making a decision. I wish I knew you wanted me was a recurring line in that song by Steve Lacy. King of Cups. So it's like, I know I need to end this relationship that's not healthy for me because I'm allergic to it. But, and because you inspired this person, right? On some level, you showed them not to settle for relationships that are shit, even if it was platonically, right? Like, I'm not going to be friends with you anymore because of X, Y, Z. And that has a chain reaction sometimes. Because we have the Tower. This is somebody who changed their life, but they're still wondering, are you interested in me? Was that just in my imagination? Six of Cups in the reverse. Well, let's see what this one is. Yeah, there's a change. It's like a clearing out of energies, but also in some way like a perspective. How you act towards people that you love comes back to you. And that might take a while, but I feel like this is maturation or seeing things in a higher vibe way in terms of how I conduct myself in a relationship and whether or not that comes back to me. If I'm in a relationship with somebody who cheats on me and then I'm just like, okay, cool, well, I don't want to like break up with you right now, so I guess I'll just cheat on you too. That just like, like pain begets pain, right? You got to transmute that somehow and heal if you want to have a healthy relationship. Hi there, Storm. How are you doing? Hello, David. So this person decided, I'm not going to keep doing the same thing. I'm not going to keep getting on to that same like karmic go round. Knight of Swords. We have a repeat, and we have a repeat in the same column. Yeah, I think we have somebody that is on the cusp of making the decision to reach out or maybe even show up, because this is fast moving energy. But he's got the sword of truth in his hand, so he's planning on saying something that he's held back. And it's about not wanting to let go of an opportunity, not wanting to let go of a person. At the very least, it's like, let me appreciate the inspiration that you were in my life, the assistance you gave me in terms of going after something worthwhile in a relationship, right? Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Two of Cups in the reverse. Death in the reverse. I know what I don't want anymore. I know what I don't want to invest in anymore. I don't want the false love. I don't want the pretense. I don't want the clout chasers. I don't want the people that are going to use me or try to control me in some way. And when I get rid of those people, it's like a math equation, right? Like I subtract all these people from my life that don't respect me or don't have the best of interests. And what am I left with? Well, you're still there. I still care about you. I still want to see how you're doing, tell you how I feel. You know, like I didn't feel that way about you. I felt like you actually cared. I felt like you were respectful. It's like they're taking a look. This has always got some element of like measuring or assessing, right? I reconsidered how I felt when I was hanging out with you or when I was having a conversation with you or what I felt for you after when I thought about you. And it was positive. I remember you being direct. I remember you being respectful. I remember you being clear. I remember you not playing any games. That's what I want in my life. The Hermit in the reverse, the Queen of Wands in the reverse, Seven of Wands. Lots of fire energy, by the way. This is Virgo energy, but the three around it are more fire energy like we had with the Queen of Wands up here. So you were like the foil to somebody else. You were the opposite. You shone a light on somebody's problems or toxic behaviors by being kind of like this paragon of excellence. Not to like, you know, totally blow your head up in terms of ego, but you demonstrated a strength in multiple areas where others in this person's life demonstrated they didn't care. They were willing to lie. They were willing to be jealous. They were willing to be controlling, whatever it was. This person realizes that when they fight off all the other people that didn't really want to be better versions of themselves, that they are left facing you and wanting to put this wand down, wanting to be friends, wanting to hold onto you, right? This is also a sign of divine timing. We have this patience card from the energy oracle telling me that things are getting to a point where there's an opportunity. It's like a key turning in a lock. Everything's opening up right now. All right, I want to use the truth. Oops, the truth is. See what else we have for you. Unstable. There are many issues that need solving. I feel like somebody is mid-progress on a journey that involves moving away from unhealthy influences. But there is like a light on the horizon that is guiding them, you know, like you're almost there. This is what you are working towards. Remember that, right? Oh, I'm so glad that's helping you, Vincent. You're very welcome. Appreciate that. Hello, Universe Inspired. Great name. Washington. Oh, it's so beautiful out there. All right, let's get one more for you from this. Toxic, unhealthy relationship patterns. I don't giggle because I think it's funny you're going through this. I hope you know that. It's more like, yeah, that's what we've been talking about, right? Unstable, toxic relationships. We got to get rid of that situation so that we can focus on the good stuff in life, right? All right, this is the Gypsy Oracle. We have frivolity. I love saying that word, I won't lie. We have gift in the reverse and doctor in the reverse. So specifically what I see here is a community, possibly a relationship, but I feel like it's a community that says, I would rather focus on the short term. I would rather party, perhaps. I would rather spend money. I would rather, you know, like be superficial and surface level and not dig into the problems that I have, not listen to my intuition, risk losing good people. Because that's what happened here. Somebody chose the wrong path. It was like easy mode, hard mode. And with Doctor in the reverse, didn't want to be healed. This could be the ex that was, not so great. Could be more than one person, though. It's kind of feeling to me like this was a pattern in somebody's life. I think I can trust somebody and then they do me wrong. They choose themselves. They get jealous. They do something that I would never do to them. You know, you got to have the ability to let go of that, right? Pleasure seekers. I should have called that out. Look at how similar this is in terms of general mood, right? People that were involved in somebody's business, having an opinion about how they conducted themselves, and they weren't doing so out of care or respect for somebody. It was more like, maybe I want to see you fail. Maybe I don't want you to be more successful than I am. Maybe I don't want you to be happy. Surprise. So whenever I see that card, I worry that I'm, going to ruin somebody's plans, or I'm going to say something that delivers false hope. But here's what I'm getting. There is some sort of serendipity here, two people running into each other, an opportunity for someone to go visit another person, maybe even a good friend wanting to connect to people because they feel like they would do well together, right? Like, I know you both like each other. None of you is saying anything. So I'm just going to like invite you both to a party, see how that goes. Or I'm going to casually mention this person is here. You could like go say hi. There's something kind of magical about the universe contriving a situation. Divine timing. You run into each other, you have a conversation. Somebody is given a sign that says you should speak your mind. You should tell that person what you feel. But it's kind of like that Eminem movie. Like, you can't just delay it forever, right? Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups in the reverse. You have an opportunity to address the fact that you didn't make a move. I wish I knew you wanted me. Implies that someone does want you. Because I think even later in that song, it's like, I wish I had hit on you. And then it's like, now I'm glad I did, kind of thing. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Otherwise, there's a sense of loss here. Because we're talking about a Queen of Pentacles. Like, ooh, I read that wrong, you guys. This is sorry, they're really small cards and I'm old, okay? We have Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, which is independence, possibly being single. Somebody wants to give up the single life because they found somebody that is a Queen of Pentacles. That is somebody that is very loyal, somebody who's a good partner, somebody that you could build a life with, right? So we have an acknowledgement that I've been seeking out unhealthy relationships. If I did it my way, if I listened to my intuition, if I stopped listening to everybody in the peanut gallery, then maybe I could have one of these relationships where I feel like at home, right? 10 of Cups. Page of Swords in the reverse. Gossip about okay, so there may be a little bit of like teasing going on. Like, I'm just going to use the example I saw in my head. Like a little get together, let's say 6 friends or so, probably masculine, doesn't have to be, it's your story. But kind of like, yo, have you like talked to that chick? It's been a while. Yo, have you like totally ignored this person? Because every time somebody mentions them, you like kind of like perk up, like you're interested. Anytime you're on your phone, it looks like you're checking out their Facebook or you're looking at their Instagram. You're, checking out a picture that somebody posted. Like, what's up with that? Are you gonna do something? So I feel like there's almost a little bit of like poking and prodding that may be inspired by the universe wanting you to admit that there's something there. But it could also be prompted by actually seeing each other. We have Two of Swords, Target. Maybe you actually run into each other at Target. But more importantly, this is the universe saying, I'm going to force a decision. You can't just sit there and say, well, I haven't had the chance. But choose your chance. It's like looking you in the face. What are you going to do about it? And honestly, this feels like maybe even somebody doesn't realize that when you think about something quite often, that can be considered manifestation. So if you are daydreaming about something that you really want and it finally happens, you have nobody to blame but yourself. You asked for it. Ooh, I like this. We have the Hierophant. Having the sense of being grounded or some sort of stability is what triggers this opportunity to make a decision. So if you're doubting yourself, remember that the universe is making this happen, bringing this opportunity in because you have demonstrated that you are working towards the right outcome, the right you, right? So have faith in that. And then, like maybe work on what you would say when that opportunity comes around. If you are this Queen of Wands that knows how to balance things, um, you know how to use your discernment. You'll know whether or not somebody is healed. But there is absolutely some positive energy here where somebody realized what real love is and that they had already found it with somebody. They just needed to speak up, right? All right. I love all of you. I hope you enjoy whatever festivities you have for this delightful little Tuesday. And I will record some shorts for you and have them posted later. Uh, good morning. I'm sorry. I'm totally signing off right as you log on. But yeah, have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye, guys.